The best Premier League players who have not qualified for Euro 2024. There were plenty of players celebrating their international successes as Euro 2020 for qualification drew to a close, but for some there was nothing to smile about. 21 nations have already secured their spot at next summer's continental tournament, with all the European big hitters having booked their plane tickets to Germany. 3 more nations will seal their places through the playoffs that commence next March. However, for some it is well and truly the end of the line, including several of the Premier League's top stars. Here are the best Premier League players who definitely won't be at Euro 2024. Alexander Isak. It truly was a dismal qualification campaign for Sweden. The 1990 bronze medalists barely put up a fight in Group F, unable to match the quality and consistency of top to Belgium and Austria, and even stumbled to a 3-0 defeat away from home against 10-man Azerbaijan. Alexander Isak's absence in the final 3 group matches didn't help, but the Newcastle United forward had struggled to make an impact in an underperforming Sweden side. In the first 5 games, the 24-year-old supplied just 1 goal, in a 5-0 hammering of Estonia, who rather ironically do have a shot at making Euro 2024. Via the playoffs, a disappointing tally for a player of Isak's excellence. Dejan Krkic, another high-profile Premier League Swede, who will have next summer off, is Tottenham's Dejan Krkic. Despite playing alongside Isak up top, the winger wasn't able to lift his side's performances with his individual quality. It's a shame, because Krkic has been in fantastic form this season in a resurgent Spurs side, providing 3 goals from the right flank and blossoming up front in an impressive trio that also contains James Maddison and Son Heung-min. However, Krkic's Premier League goal-scoring tally after 12 matches this term is the same as in his 35 national team appearances with Sweden. The 23-year-old managing just 3 goals contributions in 8 qualifying appearances. Evan Ferguson, one of the brightest young forwards in world football. The Brighton starlet has received a less steady supply of chances at international level than he has for the Seagulls. At just 19 years old, it was perhaps unfair to task Evan Ferguson with rescuing a pretty sorry Ireland in a tough group that contained previous European Championship winners France, Netherlands, and Greece. Ferguson did score twice in 6 Euro 2020 for qualifiers, although both came against Minnows Gibraltar, the only 2 matches Ireland won in Group B. Fortunately, the youngster has plenty of future opportunities to make it to a major tournament, but he will need his Ireland teammates to rise to his level. Martin Igard. The somewhat surprising brilliance of Scotland during qualifying proved fatal for Norway. The Tartan Army made it out of group alongside two-time European champion Spain, meaning Martin Igard will have to wait for a first appearance at a major international tournament. The Norway captain will feel this golden generation of Norwegian talent should have performed better in qualifying, and he would probably be correct. Ultimately, it came down to defeats to Spain and dropped points against Scotland, with the saving grace of the playoffs not an option for the Scandinavians. The Arsenal midfielder should have some shots at redemption in future qualifying campaigns. But for now, Norway have to continue their wait for a first major tournament appearance. Since Euro 2000, Erling Haaland, last season's top goalscorer in the Premier League, will not be going to Euro 2024. Erling Haaland may have bagged 27 goals in 29 matches with Norway, but his 6 strikes in qualification ultimately proved fruitless. The Manchester City sharpshooter will be given a summer of rest next year, which spells trouble for Premier League defenses. But it's a pity spectators won't get to see Haaland return to Germany in 2024. Arguably, his lack of international achievements cost him the most recent Ballon d'Or, and unfortunately, that will be a difficult hurdle to overcome for the Norwegian in the future.